bumming with Bob. Let's have a few brews. Let's have some fun with the bum wine crew. So kick your feet up and grab you a beer. 'Cause damn, man, I'm glad that you're here.
All right. This is Bumwine Bob. Welcome to an all-new edition of Bum with Bobcat right here on the Bumwine Bob YouTube channel and available on all your favorite podcast apps. So do us a favor and smash that subscribe button on the Bumwine Bob YouTube channel as we are getting closer and closer every day to the 1,000 subscriber mark. We're about, I had this set at 180. I think we're at like 175 as of the press time left until we hit 1,000. And that means we're going to get the 40s in hand for some Edward 40 hands. Because who doesn't love a good 40-ounce malt liquor, beer, whatever you want? It's a dealer's choice. Pick your poison and join us here. Because as we said, it's not just us that will be partaking. We are laying down the open challenge to anybody who wants to join in the fun when we do the Edward 40 Hands Challenge here on the podcast. So tell your friends to like, subscribe, and smash that button. Ring the bell on YouTube and spread the word about the best of the worst in cheap booze here, because you never know who might join us for the 40-ounce challenge, because we unearthed a clip the other day, and if this is what brought you to us here today, you never know. Could this person join us on the 40-ounce challenge? Let's see. Let's play the clip.
I was going to try and get you to drink my favorite drink, which I call Old English 800 right here.
Oh, let's do it that
Actually, if you would just take a swig from this bottle, it would be a picture that I would promise never to republish. Would you do?
Very delicious. Oh, got it all over me.
That's going to be in a tabloid.
Don't
Martha
you dare.
Stewart out of control.
Don't you dare.
Drinking Ripple on the air. I don't have nice. This is.
Better
Would
put
you
some
take
more of these things
a
on
big
me.
bite out of this Taco Bell burrito?
Is it going to fall all over me?
Yeah, and then you can wash it down with the 800.
It's a bean one.
What?
Beans, all beans. Is
Yeah.
that good?
And room temperature.
Yeah.
Sort of cold, I would say.
I got it yesterday. What do you want?
Sort of tastes like that.
Now, I didn't think I'd have to pry this away from you.
I guess I have to write another book.
Yeah. You should.
Yeah, I'm finding out all kinds of good things here. Boy.
Yeah. Martha Stewart's favorite 40-ounce beers. Yeah.
So there you have it. Could we see Martha Stewart? Could we see Conan O'Brien join us for an Edward 40 Hands challenge? We will wait and see. But until that time, we have our good friend on the show, Mr. Malt Liquor himself, supporting Malt Liquor.
Yeah.
Roadhouse is here. Roadhouse, man, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I love that clip.
Yeah, that's a perfect clip that was, I guess, just unearthed recently on the YouTubes of the world.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is great. And especially when Martha could take that 40 and was going like this, I was like, okay, label out, like they always say, you got to show that OE label right there. So, hey, it's
A
perfect.
lot went on in that little clip. The malt liquor, the Taco Bell, and he mentioned Ripple.
I know, and a book of Martha Stewart's favorite 40-ounce beers. Now, who wouldn't love that? But see, Roadhouse is here, And have you seen Loco Laparca around at all since Lokoween? Has he been around, or is he
He
back in his cave somewhere?
he, he left all his stuff here. He must have got shit faced and just didn't know what to do with himself. He was gone.
Yeah, oh, man, Lokoween is in the books.
Yeah.
Loco Laparca made a special appearance on the podcast. If you didn't uh, tune in for that one there, check it out in the archives and tell your friends to check it out. As we said, we're scrolling across there. We're trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark to get to that Edward 40 hands. But before we get to that point, and before we get any further, I think we should get drinking here today.
Absolutely.
We need to wet our whistle a little bit and then get the party started. So if you're watching along at home, get your drinks out there, because you never know what we might pick up or what you might find out, any leftovers that might be out there. And what do you got over there,
You can
Roadhouse?
guess what I brought along tonight.
There it is. We're supporting the malt liquor, and there it is right there. The Colt 45
Right here.
works every time. And you know what? I'll join you in supporting the malt liquor here first,
All right.
as I didn't get to crack this open one of the last times we did. So I've been sitting here waiting for the perfect time to crack this one open.
What?
And this is the Crooked Eye
Trade you.
right there. There we go. Go across there. There you go. Look at that. St. Ides, high gravity malt liquor, 8.2% alcohol
Mine
by
don't say
volume.
malt liquor.
See, well, I know that's that classic American lager. Will they ever get the malt liquor back on the Colt 45? We shall see. But it's time to get this party started. Ooh,
All right, they're ready to party.
it was getting a little foamy here, so I had to get that
you're
before
ready to go.
had to savor that. So, all
Mhm.
right, let's get drinking here. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh man.
Ooh, that's cold.
Mhm.
Cold. That cold Crooked Eye. The next 24 ounce in 2024. I have been slacking.
How long has it been since you've had the St. Ides?
It's got to be at least almost probably a year.
Yeah.
It's been a while, but
It's
very
a
hard.
solid few
Very
years.
hard. Very hard to come by. There's only a couple spots in the general area here that has St. Ides, and I got lucky recently when I found the 24-ounce can, and then a few days later I found 40 of it as well. Ooh, all right, there we go.
You
Get that first burp out.
Yep.
And I think this one was nice and fresh. Yeah, it's got a December 30th, 24 date. So
You always do this to me, and I can't. Look.
Yeah, don't spill.
December 30th, 24.
No, see, look at that. Right on point. Both of them. December 30th, 24. Right there. Getting those malts in before the end of the year. And as a saying that, I have been slacking a little bit on the 24s recently.
You're probably running out of options.
Well, luckily there's like 50 different Modelos.
That's what I was going to say. That's you can finish the year off. You could probably get a Modelo for every day left in the year.
Yeah, I mean, out of a lot of the basic drinks, I've hit most of them.
Yeah.
And then I'm not counting the 25 ounces like the Bud or Bush or something like that, that had that Natty Light a few weeks back. Those are all 25 ounces, so they don't qualify for it. We're very sticklers here to the rules. There it is.
Yep.
Of the 24s. So I'll have to go out there and do some searching over these last 2 months.
But you're not a big fan of like the Clamatos and
No.
Those flavors, I like them pretty good.
Yeah. No, I mean, maybe I'll pick one up. Maybe I'll revisit one.
I remember you said something about it in the past, I think, or if I was just drunk, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I did one of the Modelo, Chamato, whatever, lime, something, and it was decent, drinkable, but not something that I would go out of my way to pick up
Yeah.
and try. But maybe for this occasion, possibly I might go down that road to give it another shot. And like I said, they have a variety of different flavors of them. They have a whole row on the shelf
Yeah.
dedicated to these Modelo flavors. So there's got to be one that, if it's a lime one, a mango,
Yeah.
they have a ton of them out there. So
Why?
we'll see.
I got disappointed today. I stopped by the liquor store to pick up the drinks for this evening, and I'd gotten 2 talls of Colt 45, and I picked up a 30 rack of Coors, and I had a bottle, the big bottle of Wild Irish Rose Red. And I get to the counter and they ring it up, and I put my bank card in to pay for it, and it wouldn't take it. And I was like, well, I know the money's in there, try it again. It still wouldn't take it. So I looked to see how much cash I had on me. I had enough to buy 2 talls of Colt 45, and I put the other stuff back. Very
It's all right.
disappointing.
I know. Then that Wild Irish Rose will live to
Oh, it'll be there.
find its way. Yeah, it's not gonna.
be there when I go.
You don't have to worry about somebody going in. There's gonna be a big rush on Wild Irish Rose by the next time we go back. Oh, sorry, man. We're sold out now. They really wanted that big jug of Wild Eye out there.
Yeah, it was $8.99.
You can't beat that. You can't beat that price for the.
I guess it's a gallon. I don't know.
I think so. I think if it's the big jug,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I think it's somewhere around there.
I never had bought it that way, so I was starting to get the little bottle, and I was like, you know what? We've talked about it several times. I'm just going to grab this big one.
Just screw it. I'm just go big or go home, right? And this is what
then,
happens. And you try to go big and you go home empty-handed with it because it just wasn't meant to be today.
True.
But the next time, you'll find your way back to it out there, and you got to search those shelves and see what else you can find. Because like when I found this St. Ides, I was searching around and doing it, and I found one lonely can that I cracked open the other day that was left of the Steel Reserve. The Tiki Island Punch was sitting in the cooler, and this one had a date of August 28th of 23. So this bad boy had been sitting in that cooler for quite some time, and it was just sitting there on the shelf all alone, like on the bottom. And I was like, I can't let it sit there. I was like, I have to get it and take it. So I mean, I cracked this one open. I guess was the last weekend or the weekend before. I don't know. They all kind of blend together after the Lokoween festivities. After we had our Halloween party here, and I was going through the fridge, and I was like, well, what do I have left over here? And I was going through, and then what popped up in my feed the other day was that we were a year removed from the Four LOKO pregame power rankings podcast that we did, where we had this guy here, the LOKO USA, took the top spot in the 2023 Bum Wine Bob Four LOKO pregame power rankings. So I said, why not? I said Halloween's over, but Lokoween never ends.
Never ends.
So I'm gonna
revisit a little.
Crack open a little bit here to celebrate
the love.
Right there. I love Four LOKO, my country, and your mom.
And your mom.
It's a solid, still a solid flavor.
It
The
is,
pre-games
man.
are
I
still
love it.
solid. And I want to give a shout out to our friends over at the was it the FNF reviews. They have their own YouTube channel, and FNF Bar Talk is the YouTube channel. Check those guys out, and they've gone through, they've done reviews on all the different varieties of Four Loko. And then this past week, they recently got their hands on the Sour Cosmic Punch pregame, and they're going to start going through the pregames
Okay.
and trying those out and reviewing them. And don't forget that right as we had the podcast where we talked about these, we did the rankings. Roadhouse prophesized that, you know what, there should be a Sour Cosmic Punch pregame.
Yes.
And then lo and behold, weeks later, Four Loko comes out and says, "Hey, this is coming out now." And we're like, we just did these rankings, these reviews
within days.
within
days
days
of recording.
It was out there, and the Sour Cosmic Punch pregame was announced, and then it took quite a while. I mean, I guess what it was over the summer, right? When you got your hands on these, and
it was April when I went to North Carolina. I found it there.
yeah, and we did the taste test with this, and I still had just a little bit left here. So we said we're going through the leftovers as we get into the holiday season. So why not finish this off? See, that's a solid. That's a solid one too. I mean, it's tough. I mean, that could.
I got another prediction.
Uh-oh.
Tonight, Bumwine Bob gets drunk. Right there. The crooked eye.
The crooked eye, and I'd say it could be tough. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe next year, if I can get my hands on all of the pre-games again, somehow, some way, maybe we'll have to revisit another power rankings for it, because this is a solid flavor. This could give this could give the LOKO USA a run for its money out there. And I mean, because the pre-games are a different animal than the regular Four Lokos. I mean, they go down a lot smoother.
They do.
A lot quicker. You don't have that carbonation.
And they mix really well with just everything.
Yeah, like we were putting the LOKO USA with the Miller Lite or the High Life.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, just pouring it in there with it. It gets
my favorite was buying the bigger 16-ounce cans with the big mouths on them.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a big slug out of it and topping it back off. What a great combo. The Sour Blue Raz is just.
Hey, don't forget the Leprechaun.
Yeah,
the Sour Blue Raz, the whole Leprechaun, whatever green name you want to call the thing.
Super.
In the Colt 45, that concoction when we did it up for St. Patrick's Day.
Sneaky, yeah.
This past year. So hey, who knows? You could do that Edward 40 hands with two of the Hulks and the Leprechaun.
Listen, if oh my gosh, I'd have to go on eBay or something and get me some Hulk hands.
You'd have to get the Hulk hands and then custom fit them.
Yes, carve them out.
Carve them out so you could fit the 40s. In there with it, because at that point, I mean, your hands are already in there. You don't need to really worry about taping.
Actually, if need
everything.
Be, you just slide out of them.
Yeah, you don't need to really worry about taping it, because it's going to be so in there with it that you won't need to do anything else with it out there. But
that's gone.
See, Roadhouse drink those bad boys fast. So if you're drinking along with him, you gotta pace yourself out there, because I brought up the question, and actually we brought it up during the Lokoween podcast of how many, what's the Four Loko limit, or how many Four Lokos can you drink in one sitting? And we had Kevin on with us, and he famously said that he did 3 a while back and lived to talk about it. And I was saying that probably 2 is what I would say would be the safe bet. And over Halloween, after we did our podcast, I was over at a friend's house for a Halloween party, and I had my Four Loko Gold, costume on with me. So naturally, I brought along a couple cans of gold with it. So I had my lanyard koozie, old gold there for my one. So I had one gold for me to drink exclusively, and then I picked up a second one after that. I was kind of, spreading the good word of the Four Loko to the people, and just pouring them out, a little bit, at a time. Like, here, give it a little taste. So, just getting a cup, pouring it out. And for the most part, most people said that they liked it, because the gold has that flavor that's similar to like a Red Bull. And if you're a big energy drink person, that's right up your alley. I had 1 or 2 people that were like, "No, I don't like it. Do you have another flavor?" I'm like, "No, I went gold. I'm wearing the gold. This is what we're doing here today." But most people were very fond of the flavor of the gold, so I poured out maybe some of it. So it was I probably ended up with probably a can and 3/4 that I drank myself of it. And you drink that, you're feeling pretty good. And that's spread out over a few hour time period there. But I posted the clip on Instagram and on YouTube, and just to see out there, and surprisingly, sometimes people do actually watch clips that we put out there and take the time to respond. So I was going to go through and just what a few people said of what they had, or what they think their limits are. And it's funny, one of the ones the other day was that our good buddy Kevin almost said he wanted to go for 4 during election night, but he changed his mind. He was going back and forth with me. He sent me a message, and he's like, "Should I do 4 Lokos tonight?" I'm like, "I don't know." Like, that's a little rough.
Like, what's your plans for the next couple of days?
Yeah, I'm like, on a Tuesday night, that's a little rough. I'm like, you should probably save that for a weekend and spread that out over the course of like an afternoon to an evening, because you're not putting a time limit on how long it takes you to drink these. I mean, if you spread out 4 Lokos over a 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. time period, I think something like that is doable.
Sure.
With it. But Kevin was like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna save it and do it another day." But on YouTube, I had some people, random people, reach out, and they said that one person here, Francisco, said back in 2012, I was drinking maybe 3 to 4 a night. So okay, I mean, I can see 3 to 4 out there. This another person reached out. Was it Rhombus Rebus? Said, I wonder how many I could drink. I can drink 24 cans of beer in a sitting if I'm thirsty enough. And I said, that's true, but the LOKO is a different beast. You can drink 24 cans of beer, but this is the Four Loko. But then he said, I guess he's in Canada. He said, unfortunately, they prove quite difficult to find in Canada. he said due to caffeine content, but they don't have that in there
Yeah.
anymore. But I had to guess. But if I had to guess, I'd rather have the flat of beer instead. So he's like, I'm good with my 24 beers.
Okay.
I'll drink that.
I can, I can relate to that. I can sit there and drink. I can drink 24 beers in a sitting. That's say sitting, at least the course of say midday to evening.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But I don't think I could drink 3, 4 logos
Yeah.
and be in the same. I wouldn't even be in the same realm because I know what one does to me versus 6 to 8 beers. It's not
Mm-hmm.
even close.
Yeah.
To
Oh yeah.
being the same buzz.
It's totally different. Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
totally different
totally different buzz.
buzz and drunk you get with it. And then Fly Agaric 007 said, amateurs, I drink 8.5% cider. He said same ABV as Locos. I don't know what Locos he's talking about. I can down. It sounds like this is it might be the UK ones.
Okay.
The lower ABV.
Yes.
He said I can down 12 500 milliliter cans in a sitting. On a good day, even 16 cans. So he says he can drink 16 cans of an 8.5% cider. And if you go do the math with that, but still, I don't know about those. Like we said, we've seen those ones across the pond.
Yeah.
Those flavors they have out there, and I think they might be the 8.5. I know they're lower ABVs. Over
My
there.
takeaway from this so far is how lucky we are to have such an international audience.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of our best comments and best, supporters, besides our P1 guys that are always around, are international. And it's fantastic.
And then who I was talking about before, the guys at FNF Bar Talk said, I think 2 would be my limit. Back in the day, we used to drink the Sparks energy drink, energy alcohol drinks, and I could drink 8 of those. And I said, yeah, I think because I think the Sparks were a lower. I think those were around 8%, something like that. And I told him, I said, I did the 2 Locos. I had the Sparks, back in the day, and could drink those. And he said, do you remember the Budweiser E? And I think we talked about those briefly with somebody we were going through. It was the Budweiser version of the energy caffeine alcohol drinks. I never had them, but I think we talked it briefly with somebody on here. I think somebody brought it up at one point with that. But I said I heard about them, but never actually had those. And what else we have here? The our good buddy Steph. I don't did she have? I thought she only had 1 Four Loko. Didn't she only have the one? I don't think she had 2. Right?
Well, she
I know she
before she came on.
Yeah, I know she said she had 1 before. I don't know if she had meant that she had it that same day.
Oh wow!
Before.
I didn't make that.
I don't know.
Connection.
I don't know. She said apparently 2 for me, and laughed about it. So I don't know if that meant that she had that beforehand, because I know we talked when we talked to her. She said she had the Mickeys before, and she was pre-gaming before the Four Loko, and she said that she tried the Sour Cosmic Punch previously. So I don't know if that meant she had done that the same day before.
Wow, I never made that connection.
So we'll Steph, we'll discuss this, and we're still working out a time frame to have her back on for her Four Loko redemption story here. And then our friends over at the Hangover Hour podcast said the original ones you could go 2 to pregame. With the new ones, you can do 3 to 4. So he's pretty confident about doing 3 to 4 Four Lokos in a sitting. And then last but not least, our good buddy Sakodin said, I've gone 4 and maybe 5, but can't remember. Haha.
Right.
Sometimes would add a bit of vodka and make it a super loco.
Super.
Super loco.
Like a Marvel comic.
If there's not enough alcohol in it to begin with, just pour a little vodka in it.
It's not the volume. That's not the issue. It is the content. It just LOKO is an ass whooper.
Yeah, I mean it's that 13.9, and I guess it's just how it's
Yeah.
how all the ingredients mixed together in there with it.
It's kind of odd is how alcohol, different varieties are different, how it affects you different, bourbon. I can drink like as much bourbon as 12 ounces, and I'm fine. You drink a can of Four Loko and it just seems to kick that ass. And bourbon, I'm not drinking 12 ounces straight up. This is over a course of an evening of doing, 6 2-ounce shots or something like that. It's science.
Yeah, it's somehow how it all works together. Like I said, I had the 2, 1 and change, 1 and 3/4 Four Lokos, and my buddy, he had a keg of Yingling there, so I'm drinking some of that with it, and then he broke out, did like a shot roulette thing, with the little bottles, and it was just like, here we did like a little spinning thing, and I ended up with some I don't know if it was a mango vodka or something of a shooter, and I went to take it, and I took it back, and I got maybe half of it down, and I stopped myself because I was like, I wasn't gonna throw up, but I could feel it. It wasn't gonna sit well. It wasn't gonna sit well. It was like at that point, I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna put this to the side. I grabbed myself another beer, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm good with this.
Yeah.
You're riding it out at that point. And I think I also might have mixed up. I know there's a Lipton Brisk iced tea, and there might have been just regular vodka with it. I don't know. You're getting to that point where you start mixing things together, and the keg. I think it had a quarter keg, so it wasn't anything that was like that big, but it was getting to the point where you're pumping it, and you're pulling the whole thing up with you. That it was getting down to the point where it was getting empty.
Either you got that superhuman strength at that point.
Yeah, you get after those Four Lokos, you're getting the getting that big time. Yeah, you're getting that. I'm like, and to begin with, it was one of those kegs where you're constantly pumping the thing, trying to get anything out of it. And I'm like, is this keg kicked? And like, no, keep going. I'm like,
that's the shitty part about getting a keg and then getting that rental tap that goes on it, because they're all worn out anyway.
Yeah.
And it's almost worth, if you're going to get kegs on a regular, just to buy your own tap and keep it in good shape. Keep it, because anything you get from these party stores and rentals, they're garbage.
Yeah. You're sitting here for like 10 minutes, like pumping this thing, and then you hit the thing, and it's like a little dribble coming out. Then half of it, you turn the cup over, half of it's this much foam, and this much beer in there. And I was like, all right, okay, let me get through this foam. Okay, you go ahead, you fill yours up. Let me get through this.
I thought I came to a party, not Planet Fitness.
I'm getting my workout here, working the
that's a special
keg,
It's a special machine at Planet Fitness.
Like, all right, fine. Hey, if you want, like I said, if you want to drink, You need to
You ever
work
played
it
one of
out
these
there.
games?
I've seen it. I don't think I've actually ever played it before.
Oh, it's fantastic. So it's just a swinging ring game, and whoever makes it, the
Right, and
other
then
person has to
you
take
have
the
a drink,
shot.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of made this one because I've seen it. There it goes.
There you go. All right.
And I made that one. I sit there and play with myself and drink and get drunk.
Oh, look, I lost again. Oh man.
Oh, damn.
Oh man, another shot for me. All right,
Ah,
Ooh, that crooked eye. Almost. I mean, I can't. It's hard to
it's a,
keep up with
it's,
Roadhouse over there.
it's
But
a
hey, I got that.
classic.
I got that 8.2 though. You're at that
Yeah.
5.56 over there,
Yeah.
and this is the 8.2. This is that high gravity
Sure.
malt liquor
It's
here.
such a good. I'm gonna have to take a road trip and get to the big city and get some of the good stuff. I've been
Yeah,
wanting to get some more King Cobra since it's back in circulation.
yeah, that's what I picked up. I picked up the when I got that 40 of St. Ides, I got a 40 of King Cobra as well. So I got that sitting in the fridge, waiting for the right time to crack
Yeah.
that open. And it was the same store that had that one last bottle of Thunderbird when I had been there a year ago, and I picked up that lonely bottle of Thunderbird on the shelf, and I went in and I looked, and the spot was now filled next to the Manischewitz and I think it was the Barefoot wine next
Yeah.
to it. Now
Ann
I was
Arbor's
like, maybe there's a chance. Maybe they somehow find a a box that was hiding in the back room
sure. You always
of
say
it.
hopeful.
But no, not that. But the guy working there did do a nice job of ramming the door into my back as I was standing next to the cooler, and I was like I was going through, and I'm looking at I'm like, okay, I know, okay, I'm gonna get some 40s. I was getting that Steel Reserve, and that was where I also found the new gold can was at
Okay.
the same store. So I need something to put this stuff in because I can't carry it all to the register. And I'm over in the back corner next to the cooler, and I'm looking at the boxes, and they just have like the thin ones there. And I'm standing by the door, and the guy working there like slams the door open into my back. And I'm like, oh God.
Oh
And
my fucking spine!
and he's oh man, I'm sorry, buddy. You all right? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why are you slamming flying the door open? I'm like, okay, yes, I am standing like to the side, like this is where like
Yeah.
the boxes are, and I'm like, can you get me a 40 box or something? Because this place they do have just like in the
Yeah.
middle they have the cases of the 40s you can just pick up and buy if you want to just grab the whole thing
Sure.
and go. I'm like, do you have a box I can put some 40s in and some random beers? He's like, oh yeah. I'll go get you one. Goes into the back and comes out like a Corona box or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, well, thanks for slamming the door into my back.
Yeah.
But
Dude, thanks for turning me into a quad.
I know, I'm like, and then it was like for like 2 days or like 3 days after that, I'm like, it was hurting a little bit. I'm like, oh God, like I have to go back to this place and like file a complaint about it.
Oh my God.
But you knock on wood, everything's been okay now. Seems to be. This was a few weeks ago.
I totally have a mental image
At this
of how
point,
that went down.
I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm just trying to find a box to put my
You know
beers
that
in.
guy hates his job. He probably fucking just kicked the door and it swung around and cracked you right in the.
Yeah. I'm like, there's no reason for you to opening the door with that much force.
It's because he hates his life.
Yeah. All right, there we go. There's that crooked eye is down.
Well, I got
Over
another
here.
one.
Yeah, I know you're stocked up there on the Colt 45, but I brought along today. I picked up in my travels. It's that time of year. It's Hammsgiving
Yes, it
season.
is.
So
It is. I can't
figured,
believe it's November.
I know.
I
See,
mean, this year has flown by. If it's been a year since we did the power ranking of the free games, I mean, we have
yeah.
had a hell of a
uh,
year.
And when we did that, we were doing and that was essentially our Halloween episode. I was wearing the USA
Yeah.
can costume. You had your LOKO skateboard, strumming along. Kind of like I bet Loco LaParca would have loved that.
Maybe he'll make another appearance for like Christmas special or New Year's special.
Somebody did comment on the video and said, "Is that a Rey Mysterio mask?"
That is that was a gift from a really good friend of mine. And back when we used to run together and we would drink, uh, we both had luchador names for when we were drunk. And I was Miguel. But for Christmas one year, he gave me the mask. So I don't know if it's a Rey Mysterio mask or what, but
Yeah,
it was,
I think it's just a generic lucha. It might. I mean, it looks similar to a Rey Mysterio mask.
yeah. But it is a this thing's like 10 years old.
Hey, it still works.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not
It
wearing
might
it
be
on a.
old-
You're
it
not
might
wearing
be
it on
older
a.
than that.
Just say you're not wearing it on a daily basis. So I mean,
No. Actually, my head's swollen, so it doesn't fit in it like it did.
yeah. There we go. This beer, the beer refreshing from the land of sky blue waters. The Hamms there, the 16 ounces here.
Hamm's is just smooth. It's good. I don't, you know.
It's smooth and it's cheap.
Yes. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, it's the cheap, and
These days, nothing's cheap anymore.
no, I did a nice when I picked this up today. I did a nice little video that I'll be a little LSD that'll be coming out there of. This is it's like my local store here, and they have a solid cheap beer selection over there. Man, they still got this boxer, 36 packs there, and also 6 packs of boxer for $4, I think. I think is it was 6 packs of boxer ice for $4. Or you can get the 36 pack for $20. So
I was really impressed with the boxer beers that you sent over to me. It's actually a solid beer. It's a good. All of them were. I liked them all.
yeah, now have you seen? Let me find this here, which I've seen a lot of people post about, and they had this on the shelf, and it's fairly cheap. Have you heard about the Outlaw Mile High Light Beer?
You got an image?
Here, I'll show you the web page here because I saw it today, and I've seen a lot of people posting about this. So here, I'm gonna share the website here.
Okay.
You can take a look and see this guy here.
Oh.
Yeah, America deserves a new light beer. Outlaw is made by the oldest brewery in the state of Colorado. We craft light beer for the badass, beloved beer drinking patrons of this great nation. Light beer, not preaching or teaching, just there for when you're reaching for one. Yeah, delicious and domestic. Yeah, look for Outlaw 12 or 24 packs along with 16-ounce cans in our signature blue color. Yeah, I saw this on the shelf, and I think I might have seen it there before, but I didn't really pay attention to it. But one of the one of the guys on Instagram. I don't know if you've seen him. He does this page is Reasons to Chug. Every day he chugs a beer,
Okay.
and he constantly he a lot of times he just did one today with the Outlaw, and that seems to be like his go-to beer with it. And I've never really paid much attention to it, and then I noticed it on the shelf today, and let me take a look and see, because like I said, I did the video of it because I think it's still fairly cheap. It was okay, $5.99 for a 6-pack. So that's not bad.
No.
It's like usual prices for it there. So see, look in your
Nice
travel.
looking can. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. I mean, like I said, I've never tried it. I just noticed it. I think the last time I was there. Then when I saw it again today, I stopped for a second. It was right next to the Hams, and I was like, all right, let me bookmark this. There we go, and put that as something to add to the list, since we're still waiting on that Real American beer to find its way here. That that the
This would
Hulkster
have been a
said.
perfect week to have a case of that.
Hulkster said it was going to be here, 4 months ago, the beginning of summer. Oh yeah, we're pushing this out, and I kept constantly saying, "Hey, when's it coming to New Jersey, New Jersey?" And they're like, "Oh, soon." And I'm like, "It's been like 4 months."
Yeah, my brother's up in northern Ohio, and he says it's everywhere.
Yeah, Ohio, I know it's a lot of places.
And I would just okay. Let's see if I can find it.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah. Well, I kind of reached out. Can't figure out what. There. I was trying to, reach out to their distributors and see if they can get in touch with the distributors in my area to get that stuff here. I don't care if the Hulkster shows up here. I just want his beer.
Right. It seems like everywhere they go, they do like a big promotion. Any state, then he comes out, and then they'll visit a bunch of different, towns in the state, and do a signing and meet and greet thing. But it's like, look, just bring the beer here. Now I've heard from what I've seen of people reviewing it, they're like, it's nothing to write home about. They're like, they said it tastes like a Natty Light. It's just your basic light beer.
Yeah.
Flavor. I mean, for us, I mean that's fine. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. I mean, that's right up our alley.
Have you seen any price points of it yet?
I haven't seen. Let's see if I can find.
That's the difference. It could be a Natty Light if it's Natty Light pricing.
Right. Yeah. If it's let's see. I mean, this says it's a 12. I mean, it's not Natty Light pricing. At least here at
Of course not.
Well, this is in Florida at Big Daddy's Wine and Liquors.
Oh, right.
Is $16.99 for a 12-pack.
Come on, man.
So I mean, because we're looking at we want that $12.
We want that working man.
Yeah,
working man's beer, real American beer. Give working.
Yeah, $15.99, $17.99.
That you get over $1 a can for beer. That's not the working man's beer.
No, I like the. I mean, these days it's like $12. I mean, I don't like the $12 for a 12-pack. If you can get that $9.99, $10.99 for a 12-pack, that's where you're looking at. I mean, I remember years ago. I mean, not years ago, but like 15 years ago, like Miller High Life was like $8-9 for a 12-pack.
Sure.
And that was great. That was like there was no other beers at that price point.
Right.
For it. It was like you could get a 12-pack of High Life for like $9. compared to 10 or $12 for a 12 pack of Bud or Coors or something like that. But now everything else, I mean, it's just so much more, and that's why sometimes you got to go for like a Keystone Light that you get like the 15 pack for $10. It's like, okay, you're getting like 3 bonus beers
Right.
with it.
Yeah. For example, Coke machines or Pepsi machines are back, not the 20-ounce bottles, but the 12-ounce cans. In the day, they were 50 cents. The standard 50 cents. I expect a beer to be more than 50 cents a can. I'm not bitching and saying they shouldn't be, but when you're asking $15, $16 for a 12 pack of beer and then calling yourself the working man's beer, the two don't go together.
Right. It's a
You know,
trade-off. It's a trade-off with
$8.99,
it.
$9.99 for a 12 pack of Miller Lite. Perfect. That's the working man's beer. Uh,
Well, and that's kind of what we said too with like this here with like the garage beer. It was like it's a 12 pack is like $16. It's like I don't like it, but
no,
I can see it. I mean, it's a solid beer, but I think you take it down a few bucks, you'd be
I
at a
think so.
better
I think
point.
so. If they drop it down a couple bucks, um, I think it's just so
I mean,
difficult.
you're gonna. I think you sell a lot more,
Yes.
and overall you're gonna make more money because of it being a little bit cheaper. Like I said, $2 or $3 cheaper, you're gonna sell more, and then you're still gonna
And
make a profit off of it.
it's a good beer. It's a good
Mhm.
tasting beer. Now it's only 4%?
Yeah, it's yeah, 4%. Yeah,
All right. If I'm going to spend $16 on 12 beers at 4%, that if I want to escape my day, you're going to have to drink a good portion of that 12 pack.
yeah.
Maybe not all of it, but a good portion of it. Or I could spend $3 on a Four Loco and just forget all about the day.
Right. And that's kind of what we said when we were talking with Tony about the garage beer. We are like, look, you can pick up a 12 pack of these, and you can go through this in one sitting.
Yeah, great beer.
And you hate and I hate that feeling of. I mean, as much as I love drinking all of them in
Yeah,
one sitting, I hate the feeling of knowing that I went out today, I picked up beer, it's all gone now. Now tomorrow I have to go out and get something else.
yeah.
Uh, it's like you want to pick up that beer or spend that money knowing that you're going to have beer left over for a few days.
That's the beauty of something like this or the St. Ides that you just drank. Um, these are 250 now. I don't know how much I paid for it. 250. But two of these, that's $5. At the end of the day, I've just busted my ass all day. And I just want to escape into my own comfort zone. Get a little buzz going. If I drank 6 of the garage beers, I'm not in that zone, but it's
Right.
refreshing. It's a good drink.
Yeah.
Just a good out on the lake, drinking all day
Yeah,
kind of beer.
I was gonna say it's an all
Sitting
day
out in the garage,
drinking.
you're working on your
Mhm.
project. Perfect name, perfect garage beer.
Yeah.
You're not
You're
buying that
drinking
to
all
get drunk.
day. That's the whole thing. It's like you're in it for a long haul
Yeah,
for it. Like you're gonna go out there, 1, 2 in the afternoon, and I'm not saying you're not pounding down beers constantly, but you're going that whole day
sure.
drinking or
Steady.
starting at or like on the weekend like 3, 4 o'clock.
Yep.
You go from 3, 4 to 9 o'clock at night. You're not getting trashed or anything.
No.
You're not going, but you're just hanging out, listening to some music. You're doing whatever, just hanging out. or like over the holidays, you have people come over, 1 in the afternoon, you get the beers flowing, and from 1 to 9 or so, you're
Yeah.
just getting that steady, drinks flowing, getting that buzz. You're not getting trashed. You're just riding it out, just feeling the flow, doing the bull dance, feeling the flow.
Yep. And that's the struggle with when you have to budget some money, bills, this and that, and you like to enjoy beer, you shouldn't have to budget your beer into your budget. It should be inexpensive to where, all right, I busted 100 last week. I got a pocket full of like singles and fives. And you just go and get you a 12-pack. 12-pack. It shouldn't be like, I'm going to pass on this 12-pack because it's $16.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get this 12-pack tonight and skip lunch tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, the other times where it's like you go to some of these stores and it's you see like like I said, the one place that had the 99-cent Bush Ice.
Yeah.
I was like, look, I can get a 20. I can get a 25-ounce can for 99 cents. I can get a 25-ounce can for 99 cents compared to like $2.50 for like a 20-ounce bottle of Coke.
Yeah.
I'll take the beer.
Yeah. It was printed on the can, 99 cents.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that same Beast Ice is not 99 cents anymore.
No.
Milwaukee's best.
The Beast, yeah.
Yeah. It had the oil can had a 99-cent on it.
Oh man, that's a big boy too.
Yeah, yeah. Wasn't it? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was 99 cents, probably
it could be,
2017.
I said it probably could be, because I mean I picked up the other day for Halloween, I picked up the big oil can of the High Life, the 32-ounce can, and that was it was $2.09. So
wonderful.
And that's like the perfect amount for that. So I could see, a few years back, something like that would be like 99 cents. You could sell it for that amount.
Sure.
Of it there. Yeah, the nice thick oil can of the either the Beast or the High Life, or any of those out there. So
yeah, make beer great again.
Yeah. make beer cheap again.
Oh my gosh.
That's what we said. We drink on a budget here. We trying to get you the best of the worst. Cheap in price, but not in quality. That's what we try to preach, is that, while some of these things you might have like the stigma to it, like a Colt 45, people are like, oh no, that's malt liquor, I'm not drinking that. It's like, look,
give it a shot.
Give it a shot. Try it out.
Support malt
and
liquor.
Support malt liquor. Spread the word. That's what you have to do, is just go out there. I mean, the malt liquor community is got a whole underground world out there with everything.
Yeah.
So you got to get out there and give it a shot and see if it's to your liking. Hey, try it. You might like it. And for the the $2, or if that, for a can of Colt 45, I know by me, the Colt 45 24 ounces are usually like a $1.50, $1.75. I mean, you can't go wrong for the, that's what we talk about, the just scraping up the change in the console of the car, going in like, okay, what do I have here? What can I get for the price?
I think this was I think it was $2.50 a can.
Okay.
So, I mean, I got a good buzz. I had this in a Coors Banquet. This is almost gone. And I'm right where I want to be. I could feel my speech slurring a little bit, right. I'm right in that.
And you
You
didn't even
know.
get into the LOKO here.
Yeah,
You know,
you've been
I got,
hammered down because you
I
had
mean, I got. Well, I mean,
8%.
I only had. I mean, I had. Well, like I said, I had a little bit of this. I'll finish off this USA here to
I mean, those are
do it.
13.9, and you had, two good
Mhm.
shots and then one more rip right there. High gravity St. Ides. They're no joke. That's 8%. You ought to be pretty righteous right now.
Whew, yeah, there we go. Whew. Get that LOKO in your veins there.
Ah,
Yeah, like I said, I was going through and I went in the fridge and I saw these two sitting there next to each other.
might as well
And
dust them
there was
off.
not much. Like I said, there was not much left. I mean, there's what, like this much left in this one, maybe about here and there. I'm like, you know what? We are wrapping up Lokoween. Might as well go through and clear out the leftovers to
Sure.
get ready for the holiday season and what other festive drinks we might have coming our way. You never know what might show up here in the coming weeks on the podcast. We have some top secret things in the works, some special goodies coming our way, and you never know what we might find out on the streets. You go out there, as we
That's the
say,
most
always
exciting. Yeah.
get out there and get searching that bottom stuff. So I'd say, if Roadhouse, if you're out there, look around for that outlaw beer. See if you
It
come
gets the blood
across.
pumping when you see something for the first time and you've heard about it, never laid eyes on it personally, and you just it's is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's the
excitement.
guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the thrill of the chase, as what people
It
say.
is.
Is going out there. You never know. You go into those stores that you've never been in before, and you look, you search those shelves, and then you do the once over. And I didn't say it before. I sent you the picture, and I posted it on my Instagram last week. That I was at one of the stores that I go to frequently, not all the time, but I'm looking at the cooler, and then I turn out of the corner of my eye, and I look at the aisle behind me, and I see on the bottom shelf it's all lined up with MD 2020,
Typical.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, I walk over there and I look, and then in the corner there is the MD 2020, the spiked, the new one. I
Yeah.
covered it earlier this year when we had. Luckily, somebody sent me a bottle of it when I did it with Uncle on the podcast with them, and we covered it again here when I tried it again. I was like, oh shit, it's here, and and I go through and I look at the bottle and I'm like, I've been to this store a bunch of times. It's not like a usual go to, but it's in the rotation of if I'm in the area, I'll stop in and take a look because this was the store 10 years ago that had the Cisco, had the MD 2020. It had all the good stuff when it was. I mean, it's been renovated. It's one of the stores. It's been renovated, but it's not like good now. It's better than it was
Yeah.
back then when it had like the floor with like the tiles missing and dust all over the place. And I'm sure there's probably rats and stuff running around all over there. And I've showed the pictures before back in the day where it had, bottles of Cisco, MD 2020 and dust on the bottom shelf. And then maybe 5-6 years ago, somebody, I guess, bought it, renovated it, and kind of made it a little bit nicer. But I look over and I see this and I'm like, I've never seen these MD 2020 bottles here before. And then I see that it's spiked and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, now I still have it here, so I don't need to buy it today. But I'm like, okay, I know they have it. And I go to the register and that's where I picked up the High Life, the big can. And I go to the register and I get to the guy and I'm like, did you guys just get in the the MD 2020? He's like, oh no, we've had those. I'm like, the spiked? He's like, oh, we just got those in last week. So anybody out there who has heard about the MD 2020 spiked, I don't know if that means they're now pushing it out more as a whole nationwide release, but earlier this year when we found out about it, it was just in limited markets, and I think it was California, different places. But maybe it's coming out to more spots now. So if you're interested, get out there, get searching. If there's a place you know that has MD 2020, check it out, and maybe they have these spiked on the shelves as well. Like you said, you never know. You walk into these places and you look over and you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
there's something that I've heard about but never actually seen before.
So I did a slow and steady scan. The store here close to me has a decent selection of Mad Dog or MD 2020. But I had to take a slow scan of it to make sure the spike wasn't in there, and I still don't have it in my area.
Yeah, I mean, this here they had the blue raspberry, strawberry kiwi, orange jubilee, banana red, and the spiked.
Orange Jubilee is so good.
Yeah, between the orange jubilee and the bling bling,
Two of my favorites, yes.
the blue raspberry there. But like this place here back in the day had like the peaches and cream,
Oh,
had like all these different flavors
yeah.
at the time, and
Strawberry
the
kiwi.
big bottles, little bottles,
Yeah.
and I mean the Cisco was the point, the drawing point, and that was the place that I went and I bought out at one point all the bottles of Cisco they pretty much had left. I'm probably the person that bought it all before they renovated it. The ones I still have over here of the strawberry and the orange pineapple and a peach, I think I still have. But you gotta get out, get searching.
Early morning bathrobe and do a live podcast, do Mad Moses again. Like we're on vacation.
Hey,
that was fun.
Hey, if you want to see some Mad Moses out there, if you joined us this long in the podcast and you're watching along and you like what we do here, like I said, whatever brought you to the dance, if it was Martha Stewart, if it was Johnny Carson, if it was Stone Cold Steve Austin, if it was anything that I've been posting on the Bumwine Bob YouTube channel, because it's a plethora of just random ass retro content out there. Whatever brings you to the dance, we're happy to have you here with us on the podcast. But you got to subscribe because we're trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. We're getting there. As you said, it says 180 here. I think it was like 175, 174. I don't know. It fluctuates with YouTube constantly. It's like, oh shit, we got 828. Then it's like 824 as the days go on. But hey,
my last check was at 828.
Let's see. As of right now, it still says 828.
Okay.
But you never know. By the time this drops, we could be above, we could be behind. You never know.
All you gotta do is tell your friends, and
it's free.
Have them tell 10 of their friends, and sooner or later we'll be up to 10,000. We just want 1,000.
Yeah.
Because I want to do Edward 40 Hands bad.
And if you want to do
I
it,
need the excuse.
Yeah, I need the excuse to do it. I can't just do it on a random Friday.
Sure.
I can't just say it's 40 Friday. Let's do an Edward 40 Hands. You just get those looks of like, why are you doing this? But if it's like, oh, because we hit 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, now that's okay.
Yeah, and we'll all do it as a group.
Right, like we said, and it's not just us. We already have people that have lined up, and people said that they wanna join in with us here. Kevin
get your
said,
friends to do it with you, but we're your family, and we'll do it together.
You join us here. You come join us here. Kevin said he's down for it. Our buddy, Big Rome, who couldn't join us here today. He said he's down for it there. I'm sure there's other people in the malt liquor community that would be.
Old Dirty Jew that joined us on the
on the 300th episode
The
celebration out
300
there.
episode, he said 100% he's down.
Yep, you'd be out there. If you want to join in, you want to do an Edward 40 hands, you want to get those 240s and sit here and drink with us, we're more than happy to have you here to join us here. Because, hey, it's November now. Can we hit that before the end of the year? That's kind of the goal, to get there.
I'm going to put down the
January.
challenge. We need to do it by the end of the month.
All right. Roadhouse says by the end of the month to get there to the 1,000 subscriber mark. And if we can do that, viewers like you out there are needed to help us to get to that point and spread the word about the podcast and the Bumwine Bob YouTube channel.
I'm out of beer.
I see. He's out of beer. We got this. I'm finishing up this hams here.
Wonderful.
We wrapped up the Lokoween leftovers. Hammsgiving's right around the corner.
Hammsgiving.
Just
I
a few
love
weeks
it.
ago. Just a
Can't
few weeks
believe
to go
it's
until
upon us.
Hammsgiving season. And if you want that perfect side dish to bring to your Hammsgiving celebration, how about a nice St. Ides to
Yes.
give to your friends and family out there. But hey, everybody out there, thanks for tuning in, joining us here. Tell your friends to subscribe to the Bumwine Bob YouTube channel. Help us hit that 1K. I'm not going to say we're going to stop bitching and complaining, because after 1K, it's 2K, 3K. It keeps going on and on.
500 was a hurdle. I can't
Yeah.
believe we made it there. And I can't believe we're this close to 1,000. I mean,
I was going to say,
it's unreal.
it was at 350. We did the Manischewitz challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now we said at 1K, we were doing the Edward 40 hands. So spread the word. The best of the worst.
I'm managed to have 40 hands.
You got to go out. You said you wanted to get that big jug of the Wild Irish Rose. You got to get the big jug of the Manischewitz instead. Ooh,
Wild Irish Rose and the Manischewitz. Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that's not gonna end. We'll stick to the.
Let me check how much vacation I have left.
Yeah, we're sticking to the 40 ounces here. All right.
Okay, I love 40 ounces.
You have your favorite beer, malt liquor. Pick your poison, whatever you want. If it's a 40 ounce, bring it on, and come join us here. But hey, Roadhouse, anything else you want to say before we sign off?
It's been a pleasure. It's been so much fun. Ooh, nice belch. Got it done.
That's it.
All right.
That Hamm's is done. St. Ides is done.
I wish we could do this like every single night. But for the meantime, what little bit of time we get to spend together with you and the people, I'm excited.
If people want to subscribe and get us to that point where we can get monetized and get paid for it, we'll do it every night.
Right. As soon as we get more viewers than Joe Rogan, we'll be full time.
Yeah, every night we'll be here. You want to pick a drink, whatever you want. You want a Four LOKO? You want a Colt 45? Want some Country
if we
Club?
Need to try to hit 4 LOKOs in a night at that point.
Red Stripe.
Red Stripe.
Pick what you want. Garage beer. Doesn't matter. We'll do it all. We're not picky here. We'll drink it up.
The camo.
5X. Yeah, the camo. And stay tuned. We got some other some fun.
We do have something in store. That's
stuff coming in store here. So stay tuned to that. So subscribe to the Bumwine Bob YouTube channel. Check out the website at bumwinebob.com. Until next time, cheers.
Cheers. Motherfucker.